Hello, Dave Savage here, and if you are watching this, you have been invited to a Skype interview of mine. If you haven't already watched one, watch them. At least watch one. They are in our YouTube channel in a playlist called Skype Interviews, or another playlist I have called Real World Scripts. Couple things. One, make sure Skype works. My username on Skype is dsavagемc. Good idea to just connect with me beforehand so that we can text back and forth. Yeah, Skype works. Then make sure your audio works. Make sure that if you are in a room and you don't have a mic, lots of times I'll be using the Apple mic, but also I have other little podcast mics that I use from time to time. Just make sure you have been intentional about the sound, because I have had to redo some of these where the sound on the other side wasn't great, or I've had a couple of situations where the internet wasn't great, you didn't have a good connection, and it was interrupted and we had to redo it. So we want to avoid that. I don't care whether you're at a desktop or you're on a mobile device. So if you're having desktop issues or if you don't have a camera on your desktop, put it on your iPhone or your Android device and it works great. So those are a couple thoughts. Try to be intentional about your background. I mean, I've got a cool background right now. I've done interviews, some amazing interviews where the loan officer was in their car. Because again, this is all about transparency, authenticity, and just real world stories, real world strategies. So from a time perspective, usually they're more than 5 minutes. Try to keep them under 10 minutes, but I've had some great interviews that have gone 15 minutes. But just realize the target is 10. If you do have some questions that you want me to ask you during this conversation, forward those to me in advance, or we can talk about it before we put on record. So I probably scheduled 30 minutes. Usually we'll start the Skype call, we'll have 5 minutes of prep. I'll hit the record button. We'll go from 8 to 15 minutes. I'll stop, we'll debrief. And my last ask is help us get the word out. We're gonna put this in our YouTube channel. We're going to Facebook it. We're going to LinkedIn share it. We're gonna Twitter it. We're gonna share it on social. We'd love it if you did the same. Let's get the word out on the awesome call that we're gonna have together. Thanks again for making time.